Good morning, kings and queens. I'm bringing you a heart-wrenching story from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Chrystul Kizer, now 23 years old, has been sentenced to 11 years in prison for the killing of Randall Volar, a man she claims sexually assaulted her when she was just a teenager. Back in June 2018, Chrystul was only 17 years old when she took justice into her own hands. She traveled from Milwaukee to Volar's home in Kenosha, armed with a gun, hidden in her book bag. According to court documents, Chrystul told her boyfriend that she was going to shoot Volar because she was tired of him touching her. And that's exactly what she did. She shot him in the head, set his house on fire, and drove away in his BMW. Initially charged with first-degree intentional homicide, Chrystul faced the terrifying prospect of a life sentence. But in a twist of fate, she later pleaded guilty to second-degree reckless homicide, sparing her a trial and the possibility of never walking free again. The other charges against her were dismissed. Chrystul's story isn't just about a single act of violence. It's about years of alleged abuse. She says Volar sexually assaulted her, sold her to others for sex, and exploited her youth and vulnerability. The Wisconsin Supreme Court even ruled in 2022 that Chrystul could use self-defense at trial, citing a state law that grants sex trafficking victims immunity for crimes committed while being trafficked. But with her plea deal, that trial will never happen. Randall Volar's own past is dark and twisted. At the time of his death, he was under investigation for abusing multiple underage black girls. Okay, so the black girl was a pattern which makes him a predator, and they still locked her up for 11 years, is nasty work indeed. Authorities had found videos of the alleged abuse and had already brought charges against him before he was released on bail. On bail? Did y'all just hear the words that are coming out my mouth? Chrystul's case has shown a light on the struggles of trafficking victims within the criminal justice system. And apparently you go to jail if you go back to his house to murder the shitty bloke, which was not a good idea, by the way. But as a woman, I can understand the confusion at such a young age. It is unimaginable to go through for a long period of time. You lose hope and fall into some weird program by your abuser. Nearly 40 states have laws that offer some level of criminal immunity to trafficking victims, but not to this underage black victim, of course. Yet, Chrystul will still spend the next 11 years behind bars, followed by 5 years of extended supervision. Now, don't this sound unbalanced in our system? And of course, if the roles were reversed, we already know the outcome, possibly. Her release on $400,000 bail in June 2020, thanks to community activists who rallied together, was a moment of hope. Well, thank God for her community, but to no avail in these dark ages, of course. But now, as she faces her sentence, the debate over justice, self-defense, and the rights of trafficking victims continues. Stay tuned for more true crime stories and hit that subscribe button for the latest updates. This is Honey, signing off, and we love to love us over here.